Sydney to Frankfurt in 4 hours 15 minutes. Startup is building a hydrogen-powered hypersonic plane that can travel at 5 times the speed of sound. Not since the Concorde have passengers been able to travel at supersonic speeds from London to New York in under 3 hours. It claims that by using hydrogen to power the plane this would be more environmentally sustainable than current aircraft because it would emit no carbon, just heat and water vapor. Destinus wants to make it possible to fly to Singapore for a breakfast meeting or a quick weekend trip to the US from anywhere in the world. Swiss startup Destinus is building a hydrogen-powered hypersonic plane that can travel at 5 times the speed of sound, or Mach 5.
Venus Aerospace, a Houston startup, wants to get passengers from Los Angeles to Tokyo in 1 hour using a Mach 12 hypersonic aircraft. Supersonic has plans for supersonic flight in the U.S., while Hermes is partnering with the U.S. Air Force and NASA to develop a series of autonomous aircraft. Boeing, for instance, planned to test a hydrogen-powered jet engine by the middle of the 2020s. But the potential for future travel using a similar aircraft has been talked about among a number of major aviation players. Commercial supersonic passenger flights ended in 2003 when Air France and British Airways retired Concorde. It said it was analyzing data from that while working on a new model that will serve as a testbed for supersonic flight and hydrogen propulsion. The firm said that it aims to start these flight campaigns for this new prototype by the end of 2023. In November 2022, Destinus revealed that it had completed a successful flight test of its Siger prototype at an airport near Munich. Destinus is a designer and producer of ultra-long-range hypersonic aircraft that integrate easily into everyday life because it avoids creating noise and can use conventional airports, the company added. Once closer to the destination, the hypersonic airplanes gently reduce the amount of thrust generated and enter progressively into a gliding phase, ready for landing. The plane would use hydrogen-fueled turbojet engines for takeoff and landing, while a separate ramjet chemical rocket engine would propel the aircraft to hypersonic speeds, keeping the structure cold enough to survive the external hot flow conditions, while powering the rocket engines. At these high velocities, it's a challenge to keep the structure cold. Therefore, we are developing a unique active cooling system solution that converts the thermal energy generated by friction with air into propulsion, said Destinus. To make traveling from London to New York in under 2 hours possible, the aircraft would need to fly at altitudes of over 31 miles or 163,680 feet. The company believes the long-range and high-speed capabilities of its proposed hypersonic plane could open new flight paths for cargo and passenger transportation anywhere on Earth. You can reach the other side of the world in 3 to 4 hours without compromising on versatility, cost, or noise, Destinus said. When compared to the mass of kerosene, which powers traditional aircraft, this is 3 times more energy efficient, the company has claimed. The company's first aircraft, which could fit approximately 25 passengers, is expected to be ready by 2030. Destinus wants to make it possible to fly to Singapore for a breakfast meeting or a quick weekend trip to the US from anywhere in the world. It claims that by using hydrogen to power the plane this would be more environmentally sustainable than current aircraft because it would emit no carbon, just heat and water vapor. The Concorde operated at Mach 1 speed. That is because Swiss startup Destinus is building a hydrogen-powered hypersonic plane that can travel at 5 times the speed of sound, or Mach 5. But with technological advances, not only could travelers one day be able to make that journey in just 90 minutes, they could also complete the current 20-hour trip from Sydney to Frankfurt in a little over 4 hours. Not since the Concorde have passengers been able to travel at supersonic speeds from London to New York in under 3 hours.
What are hypersonic aircraft and WHO is developing them? Hypersonic aircraft are those capable of hitting speeds 5 times the speed of sound or more. The vehicles could be used to deliver missiles, including nuclear weapons, to targets around the world in a fraction of the time achieved by current craft. Hypersonic vehicles travel so rapidly and unpredictably they could provide an almost immediate threat to nations across the globe. Once developed, the gap between identifying a military threat and launching an attack on it will drop from hours to minutes, even at long distances. Since 2013, China has conducted 7 successful test flights of its hypersonic glider DFZF. The vehicle will be capable of speeds of between Mach 5 and Mach 10, or 5 to 10 times the speed of sound. U.S. officials tested HTV-2 in 2011, an unmanned aircraft capable of Mach 20, but the hypersonic flight lasted just a few minutes before the vehicle crashed.